No, I do not. Not in any measurable way. And on every metric you can go on, from temperature to sea level rise to extreme weather, the human fingerprint is not distinguishable from natural variability. Yes, humans do impact climate, but you can't distinguish it, and there's certainly not any kind of climate crisis. But I think the key here, just to explain to viewers, is that even if we faced a climate crisis, these regulations would have no impact if you believed the United Nations and the science that President Obama says he believes. In other words, it's pure symbolism all the way through, whether or not you believe in the science or not.
But presumably you don't even want him to do more than this. If you say this isn't enough, you don't want him to do more, because I'm guessing you're looking at this from a business point of view.
Yes, I'm looking at it actually from a science and political and a human point of view, because what he's going to do is drive up
Marc,
the cost
if you only look at it from that respect, he may as well do more, because it's not going to damage the climate if he passes these laws, if these laws get passed. If you only look at it from those 3 points of view that you've mentioned, he may as well carry on.
Well, it's going to have a huge economic impact, a jobs impact, a cost of energy impact, and no climate impact. We already have people on the other side of me, the global warming, the hardcore global warming activists, people like Salon magazine, who are this morning saying this isn't going to have any impact. President Obama is way off base. This is essentially criticizing him from the other end. But the bottom line is this is a heavy move forward on centralized planning to do absolutely nothing to the climate. His own EPA administrator was before Congress 2 weeks ago, President Obama's EPA chief, and she admitted this would be an immeasurable temperature impact if fully implemented, the new EPA regulations. So if you are worried about global warming, you do have to scratch your head and say, why are they only proposing symbolism if we face this great climate catastrophe?
But you could say that the US at least could try to set the example for the rest of the world. Maybe if the whole world together joins in cutting greenhouse gas emissions by a certain percent, that may make a difference. OK, that's another argument. What about the legalese of this, Marc? Is this going to get past the Republican-controlled Congress? What sort of opposition is the president going to face here?
Well, you may find me in the same position as Salon magazine. I'm sort of disappointed in our Republican Party. They have been traditionally very weak when it comes to being outspoken and being forcefully opposed to this agenda. We've never allowed cap and trade, carbon taxes here in the United States. But Republicans are poised to make this a political issue in the 2016 presidential election. I think it's going to be one of the key issues. And here's a real simple answer. We always talk about tipping points in the climate debate. If a Democrat wins the White House with a committed global warming agenda, then I believe global warming skeptics will have possibly been defeated, even though we've won every political battle going back decades, not having the Kyoto Protocol ratified in the United States, defeating cap and trade, all these other things. If we get a Democrat who then goes forward with these regulations and a UN treaty, which will be signed this December in Paris, then the global warming agenda in the United States will take hold. Now, it could always be reversed, like it was in Australia, where they actually had a huge carbon tax and then reversed it. But this will be a major victory. So it's going to come down. If a Republican wins, this could be easily overturned and most likely will be. But it depends on which Republican, because some of the Republicans are kind of not that strong in opposition to these kind of regulations.